Kellie, what impresses you most about Texas?
Well, I think Texas's style of play is very unique, and it presents a lot of problems. You're going to have to play 94 feet for 40 minutes, and you have to be focused. You have to handle the basketball. They just want to stress you out during the game. So I think that's one of the biggest things for them.
Didn't they score 130 in a game earlier?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your defense, where you think it is right now.
Well, defensively, statistically, we've done a really good job, and I think that's where we've played up to our strengths. I think our game plans going in against our first three opponents defensively have been really good, and I also think our team has made adjustments throughout the game as they came to us. So I'm really proud of them there. Moving forward, we still have to find little ways to get better and make sure that we're continuing to work on our one-on-one defense. And the thing that Texas does, they run a lot of dribble drives, so they're looking for middle penetration. They're looking to get the ball into the paint, coming down, playing downhill quite a bit with their spacing. Their spacing allows them to play downhill.
Coach, how's your team feeling at this point in the week?
We've had a couple days off, so I think right now we've had a few players that are feeling a little bit better now. I think their legs are back up under them, and I think they feel good about what we've done. I think they also feel good about what we can do, and I think they understand that there has to be growth. We have to find ways to progress. But the attitude's been good. Our big practice for the week that we've had already was really good. So hopefully we can continue on that track.
You mentioned after Monday just having some time to focus on yourself and not having to do scouting. What have you taken from that the past few days, and you feel like y'all made some steps offensively?
Yeah, so we tried to clean some things up offensively and find some opportunities to get a little bit better ball movement. That was our main focus in our practice on Wednesday. It's not one of those things that you get the little button, you press it, and you're done. It's progress. You have to continue to work through some things and you have to continue to try to get better in those areas. I think we can do that. But then you play Texas, and some of the things that we needed to work on for us honestly go out the window against Texas and their style of defense. So now we're back to prepping for our opponent.
Kellie, I have to ask, Ray was on crutches walking around pretty well on Monday. Do you have any updates on Coach Sass as you guys evaluate her?
Yeah, so the timetable has not changed. She's still indefinite, but her rehab's gone well. I think her body's responding well to the rehab, so that's all positive.
Do you think you're a lot better shooting team than what you've shown so far from three-point range?
I think we make more shots in practice than we have in the game. So I think part of that we got to translate that over to games. I think it'll be interesting to see in women's basketball what the percentages are, where they're tracking right now since the three-point line moved back. Mm-hmm. That's going to be an interesting stat to keep up with. But I think we can do a better job, and a lot of that has to be comfort. Mm-hmm. I think when we get in the game, we have to be a little bit more comfortable within our offense, so you're feeling good before you even get the ball to shoot it.
Is that related to shot selection at all?
Yeah, I think so. I think a couple of our games, I thought we quick shot the basketball a little bit out of rhythm. And when you start doing that, you miss, feeling good, you're missing those, then you start pressing a little bit. So quick shooting definitely can have an effect. The other is just, I think, shooting and rhythm. And then we miss some. We were open and we just missed some.
Kellie, free throw shooting has also been a little bit of a struggle, and having been in their position, you said that you make them in practice, you assess making the game. So having been in their position once, what are you saying to them? What's the advice to them to really nail those when they get in the game?
Yeah, every time I've had a team that struggled from a free throw line, as a coach, do you want to talk about it? Do you not want to talk about it? Do you want it to just happen? Do you want to put it in their heads? So we actually talked about it as a team. We had some pressure free throws in our practice on Wednesday and went 22 for 24. So they are very capable of making their free throws. And so we talked about what does that look like? How can we perform in the game just like we perform in practice? And I think a lot of that's going to be reps. We got to get some more reps up, and then it's a mental piece. they've got to step up there with confidence to do it.
How has Tamari grown offensively from last season to now?
Well, I think Tamari, in our last game, she posted up harder and wanted the ball more than probably any game since she's been here. And I think that is huge progress for her offensively. We need to get her the ball. She has to want it. And I thought she gave us a big presence in our last game, really posted up hard. And I think doing work before you get the ball is obviously big growth for her.
How do you assess the play of Jordan Horston so far?
I think Jordan's I think she's done a good job. I think she is, we're able to play her in a lot of different positions. She is rebounding the ball really well right now. I think she is a terrific defensive player. She's a playmaker. She's going to make some mistakes, but I think right now she's bouncing back from those really quickly and continuing to make plays. Her plus minus has been good, and I've been proud of not just how she's played, but how she's practiced.
You said your success begins with Tamari Key being able to stay in the paint. Is there a chance she can do that on the scouting report against Texas?
The scouting report would be a little bit different. She'll be guarding a low block player, and she's not going to be able to leave that player so easily. So we're going to have to tighten up our defense on the perimeter so that we're not having to rely on our next line of defense.
Has anyone stepped up in a leadership role since Ray's gone down?
I think, Jordan Horston, Kean Green, Jordan Walker, I think those players have had a good, strong voice on the court. And, the thing that Ray provided was this experience, and she continues to be a voice, but it's on the sideline right now, right? It's not in the middle of a game, and you don't have her to rely on that experience since she's not out on the court.
Coach, just your general thoughts on how Brooklyn Miles has done so far. Obviously playing a lot of minutes as a freshman.
I'm really proud of Brooklyn. She's played a lot of minutes. She's played big minutes. She's been really a utility player she's had to guard 94 feet. She's had to handle the ball 94 feet. She's running the offense. She's been able to find a few buckets here and there. And I'm really proud of her and her toughness and her confidence when she steps out on the court.
Kellie, Kean's working on her doctorate, PhD. In all your years of coaching and playing, have you ever heard of a student athlete pursuing a PhD? And how impressive is that to you that she's taking on that kind of different challenge of workload as a student athlete?
I've never had anyone work on their PhD. I've kidded her numerous times that I'm living vicariously through her. So oftentimes I'm asking, what does that even look like? And I'm really proud of her. Obviously, she is a high achiever, period. And I think, she's just one of those people that no matter what is put in front of her in life, she's going to find a way to be good at it. And that's on the court, that is in the classroom, and I'm so proud of her. It's really cool. What a great opportunity for her, but also a great role model for our team and young girls.
Have you noticed any extra excitement, motivation from your players, as Texas's toughest test yet?
No, our practice on Wednesday was really focused more on us. And then we were off on Thursday, so today will be our first big practice where we start talking about Texas and what challenges they present. I'd say our team enjoys playing good opponents. I think they look forward to the challenge that those opponents present, and there's no doubt right now they're excited about the opportunity on Sunday.
Texas. Go ahead.
Kind of going back to Brooklyn Miles, I don't know if you planned on playing her this much earlier this season, but given how Rory Harmon for Texas has kind of taken off, how important is it now that Brooklyn's kind of got that down and seeing that matchup manifest on Sunday?
Well, I'll be honest with you, probably more than the matchup, having Brooklyn, she's already played big minutes for us. You don't want to throw her in the Texas game and that be the first big game she plays in, or the first game that she's having to really play big minutes. So she's ready for this challenge. I think the matchup with Rory, it should be fun. I think Rory's dynamic. She can put the ball in the hole. I think throwing different defenders on her. We can put Jordan Horston on her, give her a 6'2" body. then we can put Brooklyn on her that's going to be a little bit feistier on the ball. So I think that just the, having different folks guarding her, I think will be good. Brooklyn will probably be one of them.
Texas has one of the best assist to turnover ratios in the nation, top 20. How do you weigh the factor of gambling versus staying back and not exactly forcing turnovers but playing solid defense?
Yeah, so I think right now we're somewhere in the middle of that. We're not gambling a lot, but we're not super passive. So I think we're picking and choosing where we want to be a little bit more aggressive. That to me is more about us than it is about our opponent. And we want to go out and be the best defensive team that we can be, and we have to decide, what is that? What can our strengths be? And right now, I think we've played pretty good position in the first 3 games.
You all are pushing 12K in TVA this Sunday. What's the importance of having the fan base there?
Well, I think the energy that you can absorb as a player when you're stepping out on the court and you've got 10,000 plus there, it matters. It matters to our team, and it matters to the opponent. It just does. And it's a great environment. It should be a lot of fun. But I think there's nothing like it. Not here. There's nothing like it when you have those fans in there and they're into the game and they're getting excited. It can pull you through.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right.